You work hard. You follow the rules. You do everything they tell you to do. And yet, no matter how hard you work, it never feels like enough. Your bills go up, your savings go nowhere, and the gap between you and the top keeps growing. What if I told you that's not an accident? What if the system, the one you were born into, was designed to keep you exactly where you are? The moment you turn 18, the system hands you an invitation. It looks like opportunity. It's actually a trap. Student loans, car payments, credit cards, buy now, pay later. Every product is designed to feel like freedom while quietly locking you in. The average American will pay over $600,000 in interest over their lifetime, not in purchases, in interest alone. That's the cost of participating in a system you never chose, one that profits every single month, whether you're thriving or drowning. Credit card companies alone collected $130 billion in fees and interest in 2023. 1 year, one industry. And here's what they don't teach you in school. They designed it that way. Here's a secret banks hope you never understand. When a bank gives you a loan, they don't actually have that money. It's called fractional reserve lending. Banks are allowed to loan out many times what they hold in deposits. They create money out of thin air and charge you interest on it. The institution overseeing all of this? The Federal Reserve. Most people assume it's a government agency. It isn't. It's a private banking system with almost zero public accountability. Since 1971, when the dollar was untethered from gold, it has lost over 85% of its purchasing power. Your grandfather's dollar bought 8 times more than yours does today. That's not economics. That's a slow leak in your wallet that never gets fixed, because fixing it was never the plan. Inflation doesn't need a vote. It doesn't need your approval. The government can print money, dilute your savings, and call it economic policy, and there is nothing you can do about it. Between 2020 and 2023, the U.S. printed roughly 40% of all dollars that had ever existed in American history. 40% in 3 years. And the people who got that money first? Banks, corporations, asset holders. By the time inflation reached your grocery cart, the damage was already done. 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Not just the poor, people earning 6 figures, because the system consumes income faster than income can grow. The bottom 50% of Americans own just 2.5% of all wealth in this country. Read that again. Half the country, 2.5%. Meanwhile, the richest 400 Americans hold more wealth than the bottom 150 million combined. This didn't happen by chance. It was built into a tax code 70,000 pages long, one that only those who can afford the right lawyers ever fully benefit from. While you pay income tax on every dollar you earn, the ultra-wealthy pay capital gains rates, use offshore structures, and legally defer taxes for decades. 2 systems, 1 country. Here is the most dangerous part. The system survives because most people never learn how it actually works. Financial literacy is not taught in schools, and that is not by accident. A generation told to go to college, take out loans, get a job, spend on credit, and save whatever's left, which is usually nothing, never learned the rules of the game they were playing. But here's what they didn't count on. The rules can be learned. The system can be understood, and understanding it is the first act of resistance. You weren't born poor because you failed. You were born into a system built to ensure most people never escape. That changes the moment you start asking the right questions. The system is not going to explain itself to you. Banks won't send a letter. The government won't hold a class. That's what this channel is for. Every week, Fiscal Architecture breaks down the structures of power, money, and control in plain language, so you can finally see the game being played around you. Subscribe to Fiscal Architecture and uncover the truth behind the financial system.